Hey guys, it's Erica from Manhattan Physical Therapy, and today we're gonna have a nice little discussion about what you should do now that it's winter time, all right? I know we haven't gotten a ton of snow other than that one incredible snowfall, but there are definitely some things that when the weather is colder and drier that you want to keep in mind, all right? So number one, if you're gonna be outside, you're gonna be doing any kind of running, walking, hiking, anything like that, any of your outdoor activities, you wanna make sure that you are nice and warmed up before you do anything super strenuous. When your muscles are cold, then you're gonna be more likely to have sprains and strains because everything's just not loosened up and ready for unstable movements, all right? So making sure that if you are going to go for a run, warm up for about 2 minutes first, do some dynamic stretching, all right? So dynamic stretching means that you are moving through whatever you want to stretch rather than doing a static stretch. So I'm going to give you an example right now. So if you are stretching out your arms, all right, a static stretch would be going up and grabbing something and holding it there for a really long time. It feels really good, but when your muscles are cold, you're going to start to kind of rip up things there and you're not going to feel it, all right? A dynamic stretch would be something like this, doing some nice arm circles, all that kind of stuff. And remember, just because you're doing mostly a lower body cardio exercise like running, it doesn't mean that you're not running like a penguin, okay? So you got your arms, so you want to make sure those are warmed up as well. So also, and this is always really hard for people to remember because you feel that super dry air when you're stuck inside and your skin starts getting itchy, but when we're out exercising, you are still sweating and you're still going to lose hydration just as much, if not more, than in the summertime. So you want to make sure that you stay really hydrated when you're exercising, and make sure that you pay attention to your body's signals, all right? So like thirst is a really great indicator. If you're running and you're thirsty, then you are not hydrated, all right? If you are starting to get really, really bad chapped lips, you're probably not very hydrated, all right? Other things you want to keep in mind, if it does happen to snow again this year, which I personally, practically Canadian, really would love, if you have to do any shoveling or that sort of thing, then you want to maybe tune into our body mechanics video because I'm going to go over how you're going to lift and carry things, all right? So make sure you check that out. And then also, when it's cold out, please keep in mind if you're somebody who already has a lot of tight muscles, growing up on the Canadian border, the first thing you learn when you're a kid is layers, all right? Layers, 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 layers. So if you're somebody who gets cold really easily, when you're in your house, you're gonna feel fine. But the second you step outside, if you're somebody who already has, like, let's say neck or shoulder issues, you walk outside, it's cold, and you do this, you are going to absolutely jack up everything that was already pretty messed up to begin with. So remember layers. Layers like this. I am wearing 3 layers right now. I have a tank top on, I have a long sleeved undershirt, and I have my classic MPT shirt. So when you're going outside, remember you have Under Armour, you have scarves, you have coats of different heavinesses. Heavinesses? That's a word. It's a word now. And you want to make sure that you have these layers available so that you don't end up getting super cold and spasming up your muscles, all right? And then the other last most important thing is, because this is the greater New York City area, there are large mystery puddles everywhere and things get icy and slippery. Remember, if you see something that looks slippery, think like a penguin, all right? I know we've all seen those funny YouTube videos of penguins falling down, but in general they don't. And they don't because they do tiny little sliding steps, okay? Tiny little sliding steps. And you also want to make sure that you're keeping your arms and hands ready. But please, 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 if you fall, do not fall like this, all right? That is a broken wrist, all right? That is called an oof, and it means a fall and an outstretched hand, all right? So do not fall through your wrists. And take small steps, and make sure that if you feel slippery, get low and get tight, all right? In roller derby, which is what I play, we fall all the time, and we have 2 rules. Don't windmill, so if you start to windmill, you get low. And the second thing is if you're gonna fall on your butt, pick a side, all right? So pick one side of your butt or the other to fall on. If you fall on the middle, it's gonna hurt like crazy, okay? So those are my tips for the winter time, and stick around until the summertime. I'll have tips for them too, all right? Other than that, check out my body mechanics video, and we'll go over that a little later. All right, bye.